I can't believe I am actually filming this right now, but I made a promise to myself that this channel would be about authenticity as much as is reasonable and possible. And also, this is the type of video I would like to see from other therapists. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out, and it's possible I may trash the whole thing once I am less sleep deprived, but I will just document this for now. Also, necklaces are hard. Here we go. Alright, so I'm on the way to the office. It's a Saturday. I am on at least day 7 of consecutive days of getting 5 hours or less of sleep per day because my daughter has been sick all week long. It started as a cold and then it turned into a stomach thing. Anyway, I spent a lot of time taking care of her and very little time sleeping. The reason why I decided to film this video is because I feel like there's such a strong culture among therapists that we need to somehow always have our lives together so that we can serve our clients well and also be like super mom or super whatever else you do in your life aside from being a therapist. And we're human, and that's just not possible. So I'm going to work and I'm completely sleep deprived. On my way, I'm stopping at Starbucks to get my second cup of coffee, and I'm just gonna show you what happens, because who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll find out. Oh yeah, and I definitely caught whatever kind of cold my daughter has. Ugh. May I have a grande iced coconut milk latte with light ice? I'm so tired I could take a nap. It's so good. We all need a little coconut latte in our lives. Alright, so I made it to the office. On the way here, I sang along to some Adele, which you can see that happening right here. The reason why the volume is off is so that I don't get demonetized on this video, but I'm singing my heart out because that does kind of help me get pumped up and sort of feel like I'm more awake than I actually am. I think a lot of therapists have this similar capacity that I have to sort of cover up how we really feel and present sort of the best version of ourselves to the world, even if that's not accurately depicting where we're at the moment. Now, of course, the upside of that is it sort of allows us to perform when we're with our clients in the therapist office. The downside of that is I think a lot of us, myself included, can have a tendency to do that all the time. One lesson that's been taking me forever to learn, and I'm still working on learning this lesson, is just because I have the capacity to do something, it doesn't mean that it's a good idea. And just because I have the capacity to keep going and look like everything's going great on the outside, it doesn't mean that it's actually a good idea to keep doing that. It wasn't until around 2016 or so that I really started to notice the toll that this tendency was taking on my life. And even though on paper I was doing fantastic and getting all my tasks done and looking like I had it together, in reality, a lot of aspects of my life started falling apart. Inevitably, my tendency to power through things, even if I wasn't doing so well, started to make me ever more disconnected from myself and my own needs. And even though I was probably doing a pretty good job with my clients as a therapist, I was doing a pretty crappy job with the people I care about in my personal life. I'm not going to share the nitty-gritty details in this video, but let's just say things started really going down with my closest loved ones in my life, and I had a lot of work to do. After doing a lot of work on myself, seeing my own therapist for a while, I finally started to understand that it was not worth it to power through just because I could. It doesn't work. Fast forward through lots of work to today, and if I'm in any type of place where I'm not feeling well, I'm in a funk, I'm sleep deprived, etc., I try to offload as many responsibilities as I possibly can for the sake of salvaging all the things that are most important to me. This way, I only power through for the things that are most important to me, and in this season, my 5-month-old is incredibly important to me, and it's absolutely worth being up with her at 3:30 in the morning to change another explodey diaper because she's that important to me. So this week, I let all my non-essential responsibilities go. I basically ditched private practice skills, and I also didn't do any sort of extra stuff for my businesses. I just slept and watched TV whenever I could. And yes, there is a bit of powering through when it comes to seeing clients, but in the moment that I'm meeting with them, the adrenaline and the caffeine kick in and I really can meet them where they're at. And if you're looking for any other sort of tips to help you power through when you are sleep deprived, only if you have to, in addition to the caffeine, I do my best to eat healthy. Yogurt, granola, and blueberries. What else do I do? Any amount of put together vibes I might be giving off at this point are due to makeup, several pounds of dry shampoo in my hair, give or take, and the capacity to make it look like I have it together even when I don't. I assure you, on the inside, I am fully delirious right now. And I guess that really brings us to the point of why I'm making this video, because I know I'm not the only therapist who is really good at powering through and making it seem like I have it together when I absolutely don't. So if you're like me, I really encourage you to stay attuned to your needs and your body, because just because you're good at powering through, it doesn't mean that it's a good idea, and you will be experiencing negative consequences down the road at some point. And from my experience, they are not worth paying for. Sorry to burst your bubble. So I think at this point, I'm gonna eat my nice yogurt, granola, blueberry dealio, finish my coffee, get everything ready for my clients, and then I'm just gonna hop out of the office for maybe like a 10-minute walk, get some vitamin D and fresh air, and then I'll be ready to see my clients. All right, well, it's the end of the day and I'm all done seeing clients. I had one of those experiences where while I was seeing clients, I felt like I was on my A game and I was crushing it. And now that I'm all done, I feel exhausted. I'm really not sure how cohesive this video was as a whole. Honestly, I felt delirious for most of the parts where I was on camera. But I guess the reason why I wanted to share this video with you all is just to reflect that we're all human, myself included, and yourself included too. And we have limits, and sometimes we need to listen to those limits rather than try to do everything possible. So I'm gonna go home and hang out with my family and do as little as possible for the rest of the day and just listen to my body and rest. 2014 Marie would have powered through and probably opened my laptop and gotten a bunch of other work done, and I'm just not gonna do that. So I hope you listen to yourself, listen to your body, take care of yourself, whatever phase of being a therapist you're in. And yeah, maybe I'll sign off here. Until next time, from one therapist to another, I wish you well. Quite wild, and if you're curious, party it up.